Good morning, boys and girls. This is the video for Tuesday on finding the unknown. And really what it is solving for that missing number, which is what you guys have been doing all along with multiplication and division. So I'll start over here. You might see a problem that looks similar to this. 4 times blank equals 12. And so they just want you to figure out what this number is here that you're multiplying 4 by to get 12. So you can do that in an array by making 4 groups and then dividing 12 amongst those groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then when you add up each group, they each have 3 evenly. Therefore, 4 times 3 equals 12. You can also do inverse operations and check your work. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4, which is correct. Oh wait, I did this opposite. So I did the equal groups in the array section, and now I'll do the array over here. So 4 times 3 equals 12. So say we have those 4 rows of an array, and we have 12 total cookies, baseball bats, or anything. We have those 4 equal rows, and we want to make sure that we have 12 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so there are 4 rows and 3 evenly in each row. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So therefore the answer is 3. So the tricky part with finding the unknown, which really isn't super tricky, is just that it can be written in different ways. So that's this whole section over here. So I have 4 times blank equals 12, which we know is 3. So that's kind of the easiest one that we're used to when it's just a line and we just write our answer on the line. But sometimes there are other ways that it's written. So for example, in this one, 4 times m equals 12. They just want you to solve for m. So it's finding the unknown. So that's anything but a number. So we have one number here, and the m is a letter. So we know that we're solving for m. So in this case, it would just be m equals 3 because this value should be a 3, or the answer is a 3. So then the next one is 4 times question mark equals 12. So we're solving for the question mark because that's the one that's not a number. So it would just be question equals 3. Or you would just, depending on how the question's set up, it might say, what is the answer to this problem? And it would be set up like this, and the answer is just 3. You don't have to write m equals 3 or question mark equals 3, but that's just really helpful. And then this one's just an empty box. So it says 4 times empty box equals 12. So they just want to know what is that value. So the value there would just be 3. So I don't want this to anyone to take this and make it really complicated because it's really not. It's just finding the unknown. So it's what you've been doing, but you might see it a little differently. Let me check your classwork pages for the math packet. So you could see it as an M. You will probably never see it as an X because that's really confusing with the multiplication sign. So don't think that that multiplication sign is an X. It'll be very clear what you're solving for. You'll see a question mark, maybe a capital letter. So just be aware of all the possibilities for that. And we'll just do another example right down here. So 12 divided by blank equals 5. Oops, and I forgot to write our values. Let's see. We'll change it up this time. Okay, so we have a lowercase m, capital A, and a circle. So 25 divided by blank equals 5. So this time we're doing division. So our total number is 25 divided amongst however many pieces per group equals 5 groups, or divided by blank number of groups equals 5 pieces. So for an array, so we will do 5 rows. So we have our 5 rows, and we now need to split a total of 25 pieces up amongst these rows. So we have 5. Let's make it 10, 15, 20, and then 25. So we're up to 25. We have our 5 rows, and there are 5 within each row. So the answer is 5. We also, since it's 5 and there's 5 in each one, we could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that equals our 25 total. So 5 is our answer. And so here, 25 divided by m equals 5, it would just be m equals 5. This one, it's a capital A, so A equals 5. And for this one, it's a circle, so it could either be circle equals 5, or you write it right in there, so inside the circle. You'll probably see a square most of the time, but that's just an example. Equal groups, so that's the same thing. We have our 5 equal groups, and we want 25 total divided amongst these groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And so there's 5 in each one. I did tally marks, and we know that we crossed that 5th tally mark. So 25 divided by 5 equals 5. So those are a few examples. And let's do a little bit of practice, even though I know you will all have this down perfectly. So 25 divided by, oh my gosh, 3 I can't talk today. 3 times question mark equals 9. It's been a long day. So 3 times what equals 9? So our unknown is the question mark. So we have 3 and 9. So 9 is our total number. Say we have 3 groups. We want 9 split up amongst those 3 groups. So I'll just do dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I stop because I've reached 9, and there are 3 equally within each of the 3 groups. Therefore, 3 times 3 equals 9. So now what we're missing is the question mark. So question equals 3. Or 3 times 3 equals 9. I'm just kind of showing you the few different ways that you might see it. So now 10 divided by, we have the empty box, equals 5. So this is division, therefore 10 is the total number, and then there are either 5 total groups, or maybe 5, we'll do an array for the next one. So we have our 5 total groups. We're going to split 10 up amongst each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We stop because we've reached 10, and there are 2 equally within each group. Therefore, you fill the box in with a 2, or you could write box equals 2. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. All right, this one we'll do an array because we did 2 sets of equal groups for the 2 problems above. So we have 8 times lowercase m equals 24. So 24 is our total number. So 8 times what equals 24? So we're going to make our 8 rows. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our 8 rows, and we're going to add to each of the rows until we get up to 24. So we have 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And we stop because we've reached 24. So we have 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 24. And there are 3 within each row. So m equals 3. And so, okay, actually I just realized that this might be a little confusing. That doesn't mean that this whole problem equals 3. It's just that this value equals 3. So when you rewrite it, 8 times 3 equals 24. Just make sure that you're not getting this confused, because I just realized that that could be a little misconception. That when you're writing m equals 3, you're only talking about that one missing value and not the whole problem. So you're basically substituting. So you're substituting that m, or that question mark, or the box with the answer that you got. Just like you would if it was set up like 8 times blank equals 24. You would just fill in that blank there. So it's kind of the same thing, but the problem might ask you, what is the value of m? Or what is the value of question mark? And just make sure that you're substituting it with your value that you get for the answer. So I hope that kind of helps a little. So word problems are a little different for this one, but here's an example of what you might see in your classwork or the quiz. So which will make this equation true? Question mark times 7 equals 21. So what I see is blank times 7 equals 21. So we have 21 total. So 7 times what equals the 21 total? So I'm going to do 7 groups. The way that I do multiple choice problems is I don't even look at the options until I've solved my problem, because sometimes when you just look through them first, you might think, oh, am I overthinking it? Or you might get too confused. So I don't even really bother looking over them until I've solved my work so that I know the answer that I would have gotten. So I did my 7 equal groups, and now I'm going to divide 21 amongst those 7 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and I stop. And there are 3 within each group. Therefore, 3 times 7 equals 21. Therefore, question mark equals 3, because that was our missing value. And so I look at A, which is 2, and I know 2 times 7 is 14. So I'm going to move on to B, which is 7. 7 is not the answer that I got, because I got question mark equals 3, and I know in my head that 7 times 7 equals 49. I can also do that math on the side if I wanted to check my work, so I'm going to cross out both those options. C, 3, that is what I got. I got question mark equals 3, so that one does work, but I'm going to check the last option just in case, which is D. The answer is 5. 5 times 7, that is not what I got, so I'm going to cross it off and circle the correct answer that I got, which is 3. So that's an example of something that you might see on the classwork, and I'll do the last example here. It says, what equation can you use to help solve the following equation? So this one's a little trickier, and you will see this or something similar in your classwork. So 6 times question mark equals 36. So they're saying which of the following equations would help you. So before I look at the equations, I'm going to think about the problem or the numbers that I have in front of me. So I have 6, that could either be, we'll call it the 6 groups, times blank. So how many are in each group? So that's what we're missing, is how many are going in each of these groups. And then equals 36, which is our total number. So we have our total number and our total number of groups. What we are missing is how many pieces go in each of those 6 groups to equal 36. So let's see what equations we have and see which one would help us solve. So question mark times 6 equals 36. So that's basically the same thing. So that's not really going to help us solve it, because it's basically the opposite, which, like I said, that's an operation that we'll talk about later in the week. So I'm going to cross that one off because that's not really going to help me. So 36 divided by 6 equals question mark. So 36 is the total number. If we divided it by 6, would we get the total number within each group? I think yes, because we talked about yesterday how multiplication and division are opposites. So 6 times blank equals 36 is the same as doing 36 divided by 6 equals blank. That's another way that you could solve for it, or another way that you could write it out. So this one is a possibility, so I'm going to leave it for right now. 36 times 6. So multiplication and division are opposites. So you would never take these numbers and multiply them, then also multiply 6 times 36 to get this number. You can't do that because you're solving for these two numbers to be multiplied to get this total number. 36 times 6 would give you a way larger number. We're actually going to get a smaller number than 36 because here they are multiplying. So if we want to use that 36, we would have to then divide by 6. And we know that by dividing, you would get a smaller number because you're breaking it apart into smaller groups. So that would give us a way larger number. That one would not help us. And then D, 36 minus 6. So subtraction, I know we said that you can use addition and subtraction to help you, such as up here you could add 8 plus 8 plus 8 to get 24. But subtraction and addition would actually change the value of this equation. It wouldn't help us. So if we did 36 minus 6, we would just be lowering our total number and getting 30, and that wouldn't get us any closer to finding this missing number, the unknown number. So I'm going to cross that one off. Therefore, the only answer that works for me is B, which is 36 divided by 6. Because I know that if I took 36 and divided it amongst the 6 groups, I would get the total number that are in each group. And so we can actually do that right now. I know I don't have a ton of space left, but I'll do my 6 groups divided by 36. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And there are 6 within each group. Therefore, question mark equals 6. Or 6 times 6 equals 36. I know my paper's a mess right now. But that was just us solving the problem. You actually wouldn't even need to solve the problem for this one. You just need to know which equation would help you solve the problem. Therefore, the answer is B. So I hope this helped you all, and good luck with your classwork. Have a great day.